We're here at the sidelines of the Bengaluru Tech Summit 2023, and no conversation that has Bengaluru and technologies complete without the mention of crypto. For that, I'm joined by Edul Patel. He's the founder and CEO of Mudrex. It's a crypto exchange right now. Edul, thanks so much for being here with us.
It's my pleasure.
My first question would be on the crypto scenario in India right now. CoinSwitch has sort of expanded to offering beyond crypto.
Correct.
Wazir has had its fair share of issues with the ED, some regulatory issues.
Correct.
What's the outlook on crypto currently in India?
Correct. So at Mudrex, we're a crypto investing platform. We believe that when you try and do trading with crypto, it just takes a lot of time, energy, and effort, and more often than not, you actually end up losing money. We think that the right way to create wealth in any asset class, including crypto, is to invest in it consistently over a longer period. So that's what we've been trying to do. Fortunately, what's happening is that since the last few months or so, we've started to see users also talk about the same thing. Like a lot of users are saying that they want to invest in the long term. They understand that this is not ki 21 din mein paisa double. It is ki they want to create wealth over a long term. And that, I think, narrative change is a very important change that's happening. Like if you look back 2.5, 3 years ago when the IPL ads for crypto were running, most of them were around ki 300% return and all of that, right? It was just mis-selling and all the bad things that come with that, right? That transition has happened, and that transition has happened slowly and steadily. And I'm very glad that's happening because then it sets us up for a mature user base coming in, understanding the risks as well as rewards, participating in wealth creation in crypto over the longer run.
Very interesting. Edul, from the regulation point of view as well for crypto, there's lots of chatter on the global scale as well. There's FSB that comes in with its reports. There's certain concerns about the use of crypto for terror financing. All these concerns are valid. I'm assuming governments all across the world are talking about it. What's your take? What do you see the government of India doing to foster a safe crypto ecosystem?
No, so as long as there is anything that has value, it will always be used both for good and bad, right? For example, like 3% of the US dollar is actually used for terrorist financing in the world, right? That doesn't mean that the US dollar is bad or you should ban everything around it, but the point is to put in safeguards and frameworks that helps understand where the money is moving and how is it moving. And that's the exact effort that's going on inside of crypto also world over. Right? The last 3 odd years we've seen this transition slowly and steadily, first starting out with Europe, then now slowly penetrating across the rest of the world. For example, with India as well, we started off with a taxation structure about a year ago. We've now gone through one cycle of that tax being implemented, and that's given a lot of clarity to a lot of people. Then we had the PMLA compliance that came in, which added another layer, a step up as to how should you regulate these entities. And now we are slowly and steadily moving to improve this again and again and again. The recent MiCA regulations that were launched in Europe are a very good framework that India can follow. And I guess that's the pathway through which we are progressing. We are slowly and steadily putting up regulations, understanding what's happening, and making crypto a much more safer environment for all investors. Because at the end of the day, the job of the regulator is to safeguard the investors first. Right? That's the first thing. And they're doing a good job at slowly and steadily understanding the ecosystem and growing there.
What are you seeing in terms of volumes and some trends on the crypto industry? We saw Bitcoin reach where it was and then plummet, and now it's slowly and it's getting back to those levels again. What are you seeing?
Yeah, so I think over the last 6-7 months, we've seen a very steady increase in both interest as well as actual transactions happening on the platform. So for example, if you look at just Google search trends, the search intent for Bitcoin is at the highest level in the last year. It's still not as high as where it was 2-3 years ago, but it's higher than the start of the year, right? So and that's been a consistent, steady growth over the last 6 months. That also mirrors, trading volume growing across exchanges, deposit volume growing, and investment volume growing that we see on our platform as well. So all of those are good markers. That's something that we've been seeing. Just to give you an example, the total number of, let's say, deposits or sign-ups or investments on Mudrex have grown 2x just over the last 3.5 months. If we look at it over a week basis. So any random week 3 months ago versus any random week in November, we are seeing almost a 2.5x increase in the intent of the user. And that's a mix of broader acceptance happening, crypto also going and starting through its hype cycle, plus regulatorily a lot of things being clarified, right? We've seen the FTX saga come to a conclusion. We've seen the Binance action come to a conclusion. We are seeing that more and more ETFs and regulations are coming in for crypto, and that's generating a lot of interest again. So and that's always cyclical, right? You get interest that follows price action, that follows users coming in, that then follows hype and then euphoria, and then a cycle repeats again. So that's what we're seeing the start of another cycle. That's what it seems to be.
Interesting points there. Thank you so much, Edul.
Thanks a lot. Great talking to you.